Today is the second day and second day of this year. And yesterday I have wish you all amazing happy new year. So today also, I thought to come to the live, but I had a problem in internet. So for maybe few days it will be not possible to come live. So, but I will come. I will upload my video. I will record and upload video. So today I have talked about some beautiful tips to be a healthy person and happy person. So and today is the topic is about uh, as you know that we are building a lot of cities and villages. So our networking isn't very essential right now, right? Networking. Now, human networking means our roads and our transport system and our rail lines and constructions, those are networking. And how we have to focus on this networking, that is very amazing to discuss about that. Now, for networking construction, we need mining department, and mining department is can be various kind of mining like an iron mining, nickel mining, also other metal mining. Now, as per the law department and the legal department, I have told that what kind of mining in labor worker should follow. And in the mining area also, you have to follow some guidelines that what kind of area construction you have to follow the mining area. And mining area should to build the area which is 100% very much ecological risk place, means because mining worker needs maximum 6 hour day work. Yes, 6 hours is the maximum working limit for mining department. And the peoples of the family planning in the mining departments, they should follow all same thing, the knowledge and love. I mean, government should not promote any kind of social enforcement within the any mining area, and each mining area should have minimum 5 kilometer distance from the city. Yes, it's very essential. And the mining area should have minimum 5 ecological place, which means you need a green plant place, river and pond place, roads, housing for the village peoples who are working in the mining department, and transportation system. Okay, now these are the basic thing, but you as you know that the mining department should also have some laborers can got an accident, so health problem is also essential. So how you build a health department within the mining area, that is also very essential. But all this thing is comes under one important thing is the water management. That water management within the mining area in the minimum 5 kilometer distance is very essential. So the river management and the construction of river management and near any kind of construction within the river is very essential. Okay, so that should be thing that. And now coming to the transportation part, in the transportation you should not have maximum number of car, because the accident and the car's problem, that can be really devastated, right? So now come to the hotel industry, the food system. As you know that when the number is rising, mosquito is disturbing right now. Okay, okay. So when the river is I mean rivers accommodation and within the hotel industry, how do you follow that guideline? So in the mining industry, whenever mining industry is very essential industry, because we know everything whichever we are building, our housing or our roads, we need metal, right? And for the metals is we have to go for the mining. So in that area, you have to follow the water land management and construction reservoir area. Construction reservoir area means whenever you have a mining, that should be storage area. So that should be 100% a very much reach from the village or the city planning. Now, each mining industry also need one educational department, because you have to educate the people who are working in the mining section, right? So in this mining area, you have to follow this thing. Okay, so I have given a guidelines for the working labor life, and you should have an at least minimum one hospital near to mining area to accommodations. And obviously the working health should not be follow more than 6 hour. Let me tell you, very few days I have talked with one engineer who is working in as a labor of the housing complex, and he's working for the 12 hour, which is 100% illegal activity. Yes, the 12 hour working is illegal activity. And let me tell you one thing very amazingly, that maximum 6 hour is the working time for any kind of labor in any area. And it is not just about the working time, it is also about related with the our environmental impact, our individual health, and so many things. You understand? Because if our skilled worker die in the age of 40, it is a very big loss, because making a worker skilled worker is very difficult. Yes, it is not an easy task. So I want you to save every skilled worker very much, and so you not need to go for skilling in young generation, underworking generations. So because so killing work is very, for example, you are becoming a teacher or professor in the age of 40 now. And previous time we had guest lecturer for the various universities who are maybe supposed to be 60 plus. And then even we had early time 70 plus or 80 plus guest lecturer. But as right now, because of the lack of nutrition, and for our environmental crisis, our health system is deteriorating very fast. So the people who are over 40, they're unable to work that much, or maybe they have a horrific disease, so they are dying. And who are 60 plus, obviously they are 100% not able to work at all, or maybe very few people are working, but they are very few. So and also our pension scheme, which is 100% going to be disaster, as the old peoples are getting sick and distracted. But the main problem is that becoming old does not mean you are highly educated, because there are a lot of village peoples who are maybe old, but they don't have understanding about society or our health background, or maybe so many things. Especially becoming an amazing judge or Supreme Court judge, you need a lot of social understanding and understanding beautiful variety of human society, right? But sometimes, as an individual person, you sometimes becoming emotional to one judgment. For example, if you are a girl Supreme Court judge, you try to be a promote the girl safety, the women's safety. But it is not just about the one person individual thing, it is about everybody's aspect. That how young boys are working in very difficult time and very difficult moment into as a labor in various industry like mining industry, which is very risk. So why 6 hour work? Because we cannot put a labor life into a dangerous mode. Understand? So because for example, the road construction, that is also sometimes mining. For example, when you are making a metro rail, that is also mining industry. So, but you have to do, I told you, if the work is for the continuous 24 hour, then you can make a shift. If it is in 24 hour labor industry, then it should be four shift, 6 into 4, 24 hour. But if it is in service industry, it can be 8 into 3, then 24 hour. Okay, service industry people can work 8 hour, and labor industry should work 6 hour. And now coming to the industry wise, how you design. Now in the every city there should not be permissible any office which in the area is in mining. Mining industry and the service industry should not be same in this one place. So mining industry need lot of huge place, which if you go to my X, you can follow the guidelines how you have mining industry. And let me okay, so that industry, you have to follow this way. Understand? So this is how you can build your mining industry and all this thing. Okay. Now mining industry should have special banking system. For example, who are the working labor, their safety should be very follow within that area. And as banking department, we normally we try to provide special banking facilities to the banking employee. But I wanted to say, if you're working in the mining industry people should get special facility in the bank, which is very important right now. Yes, because I think I told you that when you go to the civil engineering, you have the four department. You need first you have to know how to the build the sit house and all this thing. You need iron because you need the mining. And third is you need water management. And fourth is soil. That can be sand, can be cement industry. How you form the cement industry from the rock industry. So in the mining industry or a housing complex industry, we need cement industry, right? In India, we have a lot of cement industry in the Mangalore area, and that is why we have built engineering sector there. But that is not the something you have to do. Is that problem is that whenever you have cement industry, you should have an water management industry. So every industry has an one thing is very common is water management. Okay, so that is a very essential part of the every single life. Okay, so thank you very much guys, and this is just for few moment, because as very making a big video sometime becomes a problematic to upload on this YouTube section. So every day, or may not be possible every day, at least for minimum 15 minutes video I will upload. I will try to upload every day. If not possible, at least in week, 4 time, because it is for to the managing your cities, managing your health background of all the employees, and managing about your society and individual future generation who are going to be responsible in their own department. Okay, and whatever we have built, we have to you know circulate to every department that enforceable act is a crime. So anybody in this world should not be enforceable on anybody anything. Okay, and there should be mutual consent. We have a legal obligation and we have a legal department previous time, that where we have put everything as an mutual consent. But as our number is rising, sometime things become a destructive and people's become a killer of people's. It's like once upon a time we had built a legal department to protect everything from the thief and steal robbery and all this thing. But now things are getting open robbery. you know a political leader is open lying. A manager himself is a liar, teacher himself is a liar. So how we can bring back that, try to be in a positive society where that section should be very much manageable and remarkable. So legal department should follow one thing very easily, that whatever your obligation is, that you are basically doing in the any department is a mutual consent. Okay, means for example, you wanted to build a house, then that land owner are really able to give that particular land for your construction, yes or not. Now who is the land owner? It is a based on that maximum number who are decided to be hold that area, right? But now in that whole decidable area, how individual point will be calculated, that is an important part, right? How it will be calculated, it will be calculated based on that individual knowledge. You understand? So land capturing is will be based on the individual understanding. And I told you that every land development department should have two person. One is politician and one is scientist. Politicians for understanding about the maximum numbers people's opinion, and scientists means to understand that area background and how that area will be workable. But there should not be any kind of enforceable act. There should be mutual consent every single time. Whatever you do, there should be mutual consent. You understand? So today's topic was about the mining sector and how mining labor should work. And I am telling you again and again because I'm very sorry that I am talking with a lot of labor peoples. They are not working and following the guidelines which I have given to the labor law. 6 hour maximum work because for their health safety and their family planning. You have to make your beautiful family, you know, and you have an amazing time to enjoy this beautiful planet, and also you have time for your amazing country and city. For example, maybe for example you are a father of one child. Your child maybe wanted to be an artist, or maybe you wanted to be a singer. So if you're a father working is in more than 6 hour work, then how will you give time to your family, right? Today, we are focusing and creating such a horrific, nasty society where nobody has time for no one. And we are making a chaos. For example, first of all, as an individual man, I have to manage my whole house. Then I have to manage my food, I have to manage my clothing, I have to manage my look and health. Then I have to also manage my buildings and all these things. And then I am here to come you lecture and guidelines and planning for the world safety and future planning for the world progress. So you can understand. But and I also do not have that much time to talk here because then I have to manage myself, or else I will go to the sick, and who will manage me? Because for me there's no one to help me. So I have to control whole planet, and then also I have to save myself. So that is why giving planning lecture will be not possible for me for such a long time, but maybe maximum 1 hour or minimum 15 minutes I will come and give a video will be live. Earlier time I had a lot of time because that time maybe sometime I was dependable food on this hotel industry sometime. But as right now I'm getting senior, my work is getting more high, and you understand that also trusting peoples can be very dangerous. In a few years I got a lot of horrific things from humans, and it is really now is very pathetic to believe anyone. And also you have to manage your finance, and you have to manage everything by yourself. And so that is in one part. And healthy food is very essential to cooking for me. To all the time it is sometimes very very difficult, and making your beauty, it is not just a very easy task. You have to be very punctual about your food and all this thing. And also as an a yogi person, and I have to be alive for more than 555 years. Yoga is very important for me. So in the daytime, sometime I do yoga for 4 hour, or which is minimum I have to do. Otherwise living long life will be impossible. Then drinking water and cooking, have to cook very carefully. And when you are working everything a single person, you have to be very careful person. Any kind of accident can take place anytime. So that is my personal life. But as obviously that personal life isn't 100% matter to me here to discuss. But as an world planning commission chief, is my also duty to, whenever I find some little fault in throughout the world through the online internet news I got found, I have a duty to come and explain the fault and how you can rectify it. As this year we already have making footprint, and but after February this year, obviously temperature is going to be high again. It can be more than 2024, but that is not the concern that is going to be high. Concern is that the drought and level of dryness in the land, and cyclone and hurricane intensity can be increased. So how do you prepare your NDRF team, I mean your task force, to manage your distraction within the area, and your financial managers and food safety for everybody, obviously not just for, we always think that we have to protect our future generation, but future generation will be protected if the present generation is protected. So health is an important part of every single generation. So but very one thing I have to say, which is very uh, I mean, I know many people will don't like it, but you know as an observer, I have found that young peoples are quite addicted to the smoking, which is 100% a bad impact for the future generation, because smoking is a very harmful impact in your body. So how young generation are putting themselves into the smoking industry, and their life span is getting smaller. So obviously we are losing skilled worker. That is in one of the, so how we can promote and a beautiful young generation without smoking, that is also a big difficult task. Can you do that? So I say that why don't you focus to drink fruit juice, or why don't you spend some time in the food garden to grow some beautiful fruits? So you know the time which you are spending to do smoking, the same time you can do spend time with the eating fruit juice, or maybe the fresh fruit from the market. So how we can do that? Please focus on that. I think it is also our duty to every single industry, mining industry, every single industry, because already mining worker who are working in the mining sector, they are already getting a lot of smoke inside their body, right? We know that. So a lot of dust is go there. So and at the same time we are doing smoking, that will be another level of smoking to go. That is why I found maximum people who are working in the oil industry, sometimes they died in the age of 54 to 57. They do not even cross the 60 to get their pension benefit, who are working so hard in the oil industry. So how you can promote the safety of oil industry is very essential. And how do you design your salary planning? That is up to them. But whatever salary planning you have, that is not working, because your pensions or your gratuity or maybe your PPA, provident fund, which is supposed to be you get after the 60, that is not getting possible because you are dying before the 60. Right. So how you do that, that is up to you. So it's for that we have to build an amazing social environment within that industrial area, that how we can make your everybody safe. Now come to the mental health of young generation, who are very much aggressive and getting because they are nonsense. They don't know anything about, neither they do not have geoscience knowledge, or neither they have nor they have about social science knowledge, and their parents are also uneducated. So obviously they becoming aggressive, right? So in that section, what we can do, we have to tell every children that you have so many options, but you should select whatever you love to do. So teachers who will be teaching in the school, they should not misguide to student based on their own personal interest. Very honestly, when I was child, let me tell you, our chemistry teacher was a smoker, but he has never told that the carbon dioxide is an emission which is very harmful for our lungs, because he loved to smoke so much, right? So the problems comes that even he know that carbon dioxide is very harmful for your body, and carbons, especially when carbon can store in your alveoli, and it can destroy your alveoli. So maximum level of carbon can be dangerous, but even we are not telling that truth to the generation because we like this so much, right? For example, a teacher or faculty in civil engineering department, if he's a smoker, how he can say that the smoking free industry for the future generation? Emission is nothing but is a smoke which come to the air, right? Even emission means everything which is burnt is making reaction with the carbon and becoming carbon dioxide, because everything on this planet is carbon only. So one day somebody told me that should the carbon tax is the solution. Carbon tax is a not solution, because carbon is everywhere. Yes, in the plastic also you can find, it is also a carbon only. Everything is carbon. So it is not carbon tax, it is the carbon dioxide tax. Means you have to tax on the industry which produce carbon dioxide, not carbon. Carbon is everywhere. Whatever I have is called carbon. We'll dive into that. So emission, how we cannot remove emission 100% because it is never possible. Never possible. We have to burn food, right? We have to cook food, and that is also carbon dioxide. So emission free world is never possible, but we have to balance in the emission. Everything is in balance only, dear. The problem is that we try to say the zero emission. It is a full concept. Some, I don't want you to take the name of that person, but somebody say that zero emission. It is 100% a full word. Imagination. Zero emission is never possible. We have to balance in our emission. Okay, so whatever industry we have, whatever life we have, everywhere we have to make a balance. Even in our human number. We have to be alive. Humanity should be continue. But I have never told that we have to stop the birth. We have to balance within the human number. So whenever you have so many family members in the human family, what you can do, you have to select who will be the ecological protector and who will be the bringing the human generation continue. Understand? So yes, today is the 30 minute. I hope I'm able to give a 30 minutes video today. So today's topic is mining industry, how you can design your mining industry within the area. And obviously you have to manage the five sections which I told you. Now coming to the another point which I say that about that your networking, and in the network you need roads and rails and construction. So you need two engineer. One is the mining engineering and second is civil engineering. These two engineering is very important for the networking for the human civilization. And now networking is comes under another section called satellite designing. That is also comes under your astronomy, which is basically nothing but you have to study physics. Astronomy you have to study, and you also have to know how to you have to mechanical engineering and electrical engineering when you are focusing on the rocket science and building rocket. So that is a different part, right? And obviously you have to be expert in geoscience as well. So this is thing, but whatever you do, you have to manage your water, your city, and your food. So please go for it, okay? And my family planning, don't put yourself into the burden. You also have to become a healthy person, which is very essential. And for that 100% you should understand how much financial resources you have, what is your health ability, and how much you can afford from your side. Okay, so and you should understand